Pull out your dicks, get ready to fap. It's time for your favorite show, The Grease Trap. Pull out your dicks, get ready to fap. It's time for your favorite show, Grease Trap.
Welcome to The Grease Trap. Scotty is showing us some Zack Snyder shit.
Yeah, dude.
Zack Snyder's shit?
Yeah, he's showing us Zack Snyder took a big fat fucking shit.
Gross.
Gotti got a picture of it. We're going to take a look and see how fat the shit is, how delicious the shit looks, you know? All those things.
I want you guys to evaluate the shit.
Yeah.
Be honest about how you feel about the shit now.
I want to see this shit. Show me the shit. Show me the shit. Show me the shit. Hey, Scott, I noticed you're labeled as TJ Kirk, too.
Yeah.
TJ Kirk and TJ Kirk.
The recording, so no one can actually even see that but us anyway. Which made that whole cum guzzler routine from that last thing we recorded
completely meaningless.
Yeah.
Voiced by your own petard.
Voiced by my own petard.
Dude, Zack Snyder looks like a fucking grandpa now.
Army of the Dead. I think that's a remake.
Yeah, I seem to remember Army of the Dead being made, but I might be wrong. There was a lot of the Dead films that were affiliated with Romero.
Oh my.
Fucking stupid gnat or something keeps flying around here. Die already. I've clapped you like 9 times.
Oh shit, they got Batista.
Batista.
Yeah, that is who that is.
I always dig Batista. He's a good actor. I don't know who none of these other fucking people are.
Yeah, whatever. They got Batista. That's all I need.
Is that Tina Fey in the front?
No, it's not. Is it?
It's Tina Fey right there, dude.
Is it?
On the tires.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's Tina Fey, dude.
That ain't no damn Tina Fey. I'm looking at the names underneath. There's no Tina
www.tinafey.org/itsher.html.
No, it's not. It's not no Tina Fey, dude.
So
what is this movie? This is like a fucking, they're going to fight zombies, I guess, on Netflix.
Yeah, the Army of the Dead.
I mean, I'm down, whatever. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen a good zombie movie come out, so.
So following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted.
Oh, it's a heist movie? Oh.
It's a heist movie with zombies on Netflix, dude.
More like a Scheist movie, if you get my drift.
I don't like heist movies. Maybe I'll like one with zombies though. I don't know. Could be fun.
Wait a minute. You don't like heist movies?
Nah, not much.
Why not?
I don't know. I saw Ocean's 11 back in the day, and I guess I kind of liked it. But then I saw like 12 other movies do exactly the same thing it did, and I got kind of sick of it. But I guess I'm not opposed by the very like. It's not like, oh, it's a heist movie, therefore I'm not even gonna like whatever. But I don't know. They tend to be very formulaic.
TJ Kirk,
you Scotty, guess what?
I'm in.
You son of a bitch. I'm in. Yeah, that Rick and Morty episode just kind of cemented it too. Hey Scotty, look what I got.
Oh, PBR, huh?
Yeah, I got a Pabst Blue Ribbon, Scotty. Your favorite beer?
Yeah, I like it. It's great.
You like Pabst Blue Ribbon, Scotty?
Wonderful.
You like PBR, Scotty?
It's great. Yeah.
Hipster beer. Pabst Blue Ribbon is a hipster beer.
What are you even referring
to? Hipster beer. It's not a hipster beer. It's a fucking disgusting.
Oh, trust me,
low rent beer.
Trust me. Well, that's the point. It became a big. Anyway, whatever, TJ. You don't even understand. I'm not gonna try and.
I don't feel like having you lecture me on the cultural implications of my.
Yeah, don't make me explain fucking hipster to you. Okay, just know that you are one for drinking.
I'm such a hipster. I don't even know what a hipster is.
Oh shit,
bitch.
Yeah, but you know what, Paul? I have the sophisticated beer choice. You like what? What is that, like Newcastle? That's like Paul's go-to, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink, once again, I don't drink a whole lot of beer anymore. But yeah, Newcastle has always kind of been my home base.
I like
for a long time anyway.
Leffe or Lef. It depends on where you are.
I gotta be honest, the more I drink these PBRs, the better they fucking get. Like the first time I'm serious, the first time I drank one, I was like, ugh, this is gross. But after having a few, not so bad, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You uncouth, unwashed imbecile. PBR pretty good. What's next? Natty Light is delicious. Just drink about 20 of them and you'll love them. Like, yeah, if I drink 20 of anything, of any beer, I'll probably love it.
If you drink 20 natty lights, you're gonna have a real good night.
I gotta be honest, most American beer is just fucking complete garbage.
I gotta be honest with you. PBR is dope.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, if you go to some of these microbreweries and shit, there's some pretty good beers.
I'm
Like
not saying there's no good beer, but there's seldom. I seldom find many American beer because they're mainly just lagers, and they're usually like 3 or 4% alcohol by volume. Now, some of the microbreweries do a little bit higher. You know, they might, but if you look at European beer, it's about 8 to 10, even upwards of 14% alcohol by volume.
Yeah.
And they're just more tasty. Like there's more of a like a flavor profile to those beers generally. Like you drink Budweiser or PBR, it's like it just tastes like fucking beer water. What's the real taste to it? Like name the flavors of the beer you're drinking, TJ.
The taste?
Yeah,
Hoppy.
All right. Oh, hold on. I got
water.
Let me describe it to you. It's like as if you took rubbing alcohol.
Okay.
And then you poured 1 part that and then 9 parts fizzy water into a cup. And that's basically the flavor. But you know what? At first I was like, that's gross. But now, after drinking it a few times,
TJ, you've never had taste, TJ. Never had taste, have you? Can't find good taste if it slapped you in the face.
oh, this would be a good beer for like fish and chips or something too.
Oh my God.
I mean, I have a favorite low rent beer too.
What is it? Budweiser?
Yep. Like Bud Light.
When I go to your fucking parents' house, that was what was on. That was in the fridge.
Oh my God.
Well, my mom is a Budweiser drinker.
See,
Like,
you know what
just
happens
straight
with the Budweiser?
Bud
It's,
Light.
I'm sorry, Budweiser's years to talk about. I shouldn't be trying to.
No, I'm just saying. I grew up with it. Like I recognize it's not good, but here's the thing: you can go to a place, get a pitcher of Bud Light, drink it, order another one. Sharing it with a couple of friends. And by the time you get through that second pitcher, everybody's pretty drunk and you haven't spent a whole lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. You know what happens is there's a unique phenomenon with Budweiser or Bud Light, whatever the case may be. And the first one you drink, it's like, yeah. Second one you drink, eh. Third one you drink, eh. It kind of keeps improving with each one.
That is true.
You get to the 6th or 7th one, like, woo! This shit's the fucking nectar of the gods. Right?
It's like any bad decision. The more you fucking buy into it, the better it tastes. You know what? Yeah, it was a good idea.
The more I muck around in this pig shit, the nicer it gets.
And dude, you want to know what another good beer to just like sit around in the sun by the pool is?
Don't say Corona.
I'm gonna say Corona, dude.
Oh my fucking God, Paul, you fucking demon from the bowels of hell.
Corona, dude. I would tell you what.
A little bit of lime in that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
You get your ass out there in the sun with your feet in the pool and a bucket of ice cold fucking Corona with limes all ready to go thrown in.
Lime up in that bitch.
I'm telling you, the first one you might be wincing like you are now, Scotty, but by fucking Corona number 3, you would be kicked back in a big old sombrero on a fucking floaty thing in the middle of the pool with an empty Corona bottle floating next to you.
What a terrible idea. Get drunk and swim in the pool. That's great.
But that's the whole point of getting drunk by the pool, and Corona is the perfect thing.
Is good.
Yeah.
I can't understand why we just can't have good beer. Like why people are like, you just got to drink a lot of the shit beer so you don't care anymore.
Because the thing about good beer is when you're drinking a good beer, the more you drink, the worse it gets. Because it's like good beer is kind of like heavy and thick. And like the more you drink, the more you're
no.
Oh, my stomach's too full. You drink that sheep shitty beer, the more you drink, the better it gets.
The sheep shitty beer.
The sheep shitty beer. Let me talk about the sheep
shitty beer. I'll tell you what, you have a sheep shitty beer.
Let me tell you what, you goddamn old queer.
Whoa, TJ. How dare you say something so
I'm bisexual. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
No, you can't, TJ.
Yeah, I can.
You're banned.
It's like how black people can say the N-word. You know what I mean?
Don't say it, TJ.
I didn't
Don't
say it.
you
I
say
said
it,
the N-word
TJ.
because I'm not black, but I can say faggot,
Don't
I
you
can say
say-
queer, and I can say all that
No,
stuff.
you can't. No, you can't.
And wait a minute, queer's the preferred term these days.
You can't say it, TJ. It's offensive.
Not in a derogatory manner.
It wasn't
Yeah.
derogatory. I
Well,
called
it's
Scotty a queer. I was
derogatory,
paying him a
TJ.
compliment.
No, TJ, you know what?
Yeah.
You offended me. I'm offended.
You're not
I
offended.
can tell how offended he is.
Even if you are
Nope.
offended, it doesn't matter. Look, Sky, you are white, you are cis, you are hetero, you're all the fucking things that no one cares about your feelings. So shut up. Quit being a little bitch.
That is true. We are higher on the
Yeah.
oppression totem than Scotty is.
Yeah, because we fucking got a little bit of a love for dick going on. So
And we're fat.
yeah, and we're fat too. We're people of size. Better treat us nice.
Gentlemen of girth.
Yes.
You guys don't even know the actual politically correct term for fat, do you?
People of size, dude. That's what it is.
Not it. Nope. Wrong.
What?
Nope. That's not it.
What is it?
Healthy.
No, that's
Yes, it is.
no.
You're-
That's dumb.
You're healthy. Yes, it is.
No, I
Yes, it is. Go look it up. Go look it up.
No, no,
You're healthy.
no.
Yes. Yes. That's
No.
what it is. Yes.
No.
Yep.
No.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
No,
It
no,
is.
no.
You don't even know what you're talking about, TJ. You yet again reveal your ignorance to this audience. You bumbling buffoon, TJ. Can't even deliver on the proposition that you are more politically correct and more oppressed, TJ, when I actually know the proper term. You are healthy gentleman. What? Yeah, look at Paul. He's a healthy gentleman right there in the Event Horizon ship.
Of course.
Now, Paul, I will say you did not make that mistake. TJ, however, is a person of size.
I am. I think a person of
Pish posh.
size is what we should call ourselves.
No, you're healthy, TJ. You're of a healthy size.
Because what if you're not healthy though?
Well, what? You're of a healthy size, TJ.
I'm a person of size, a person of significant mass.
Whoa, TJ. Very offensive.
Yeah.
Very offensive, TJ. You're healthy. Even though the diagnostic metrics which we use to track health say otherwise, we must ignore those in favor of your emotional state and say you are in fact healthy.
Yeah, because it's not, I'll tell you what's not healthy is causing me undue stress, especially at my weight, my healthy weight.
True. Yeah, you're at a healthy weight, TJ. Do you feel healthy?
Yeah.
I still remember our fucking fight and your cholesterol report came back, TJ. Fucking TJ punching me and shit. You bruised my arm, TJ. You assaulted me that day.
Yeah, I did. And I'd do it again.
I had to fucking punch you in your fucking goddamn
do
worthless
it
ass
again.
fucking face. Which that felt pretty good, honestly.
Like a
popping,
fly
TJ.
landing on my nose.
Nah, dude. I basically hit you just hard enough for you're like, oh shit.
I was
Because
like,
TJ swung at me and he missed. Then I cracked his ass.
our separate ways.
No, that wasn't it. It was like I got in the back of the car, and then like you drove like a maniac back to our house, like threatening me like a million times with probably terrible things like an untimely demise.
I don't remember that at all. I remember driving back in like complete silence.
Maybe your perception that like, it wasn't like you were directing at me. It was like, like white knuckling the fucking wheel as we get back to the fucking house. Oh, dude. For people that don't know the story, like we were driving to Ben's house to go do an episode of DP, or no, I actually put some desks together or some shit. It was like we were putting something together. Like we're gonna help Ben do this fucking thing.
Gonna help Ben put together a desk.
So we're driving over there, and it was at the corner. There was like a CVS. So me and TJ started getting into a fight. I'm like, TJ, you need to watch your fucking eating. I was in some big vegan phase where I was brainwashed into believing that was the best way to live, and TJ just couldn't take it anymore. He's all like, "That doesn't kill me. What the fuck? I have high cholesterol." Like you got so, but I don't remember exactly what was said between us. But then you started just punching me. You started like fucking hitting me, and I was like, "Stop, TJ, just stop." Like you're fucking like I wasn't really trying to fight you. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, TJ? You just like punched me like 10 times in the arm, and then oh shit. Then you like fucking we pulled over into the CVS parking lot, and you kept hitting me, and I'm like, you know what, TJ? I'm gonna send your ass to jail, bitch.
Dude.
You remember that? And then TJ tries to grab the fucking phone out of my hands. And that's where I just lost it. I was like, okay, he's going to try to beat the shit out of me and take my phone. Then I fucking punched TJ in his fucking face and like stumble back a little bit. I'm like, get in the fucking car. I'm like, all right, fine, let's get in the fucking car because if we keep fighting in this parking lot, the cops are gonna come regardless. So we're not gonna have to call them. We get home, she's like, get in my car. I'll stay with you or some bullshit. Then like zooms away, goes and puts the desk together, which I was glad because I didn't want to fucking put the desk together at all. Maybe it was just an elaborate plot by me to never put that desk together. And if it was, it worked.
Son of a bitch. I should have sent you to go put the desk together and stay at home.
You're so, dude. You got pissed at me a lot of times. That fucking we lived in Ohio in that house. Like you put like, I remember I came up and like, TJ, you got to do this thing. Like there was some obligation. You're like, and you just snapped. And you're like, you were so fucking mad. I'm like, TJ, you have to do it, man. You got this, and you just took your fucking monitor and just smashed it right in front of me. Like, fuck you, bitch. What do you think about that? I'm like, you just smashed your own fucking monitor, dude. It didn't hurt me.
Yeah, I tend to destroy my own shit when I'm angry. Punched a hole in my own wall.
You did that multiple times. I'm like, because you lived in the basement. I pissed you off. Instead of punching me, you went down and like punched like 4 holes in the fucking wall.
I punched one hole. I did not punch no 4.
No, there was multiple holes. Well, then something. I know what happened with the other holes.
Not no multiple holes.
There was, dude. Because we had to hire that dude to come patch the holes. No,
I love listening to you guys recap your fights and shit because I've actually been witness to several of them, and it's like you guys both do this when you're recounting the fight. Like Scotty just now when he was telling about that fight is always like. TJ would be like, blah, 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 and I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about, TJ. I don't want to fight you. And he'd be like, fuck you, bitch. And I'd be like, TJ, I'm not sure what's going on. And like you do the same thing, though. When you're recounting a fight with Scotty, it's always like, and then Scotty comes in and he's like, I'm like, Scotty, I don't even want to deal with this right now. But like the truth of at least what I've witnessed is that you're both just like, fuck you, bitch, oh, fuck you, bitch, oh, fuck you. It's like both of you are elevated to the point of no return. I just love that your subjective recollections of it. It was that like I was the great mediator and TJ the hot-headed retard.
You're probably right,
dude. Let me tell you what. Now the one fight that I know you saw for sure in the that Airbnb in New Orleans, that was we were both heated for that one. That one was not actually. But I've seen
several, like not giant knockdown dragouts, but I've seen you guys really get into it a few fucking times.
Oh yeah.
And it might start with you guys talking back and forth, but the volume level.
How long has it been, Scotty? What was our last big fight? Do you remember?
Man, I can't remember. Yeah. Oh, maybe we don't live together anymore. So
now that we don't live together, it's not as bad.
Yeah, because you guys got to remember, I stayed with you back in Ohio in that original house for like a week or two.
Yeah.
I stayed with you in fucking Washington for like 2 weeks when you lived together. And then we all lived together for a fucking year. So I've been I've seen my fair share. Yeah, when you guys live in each other's orbit, you tend to argue quite a bit more, I think.
Oh, dude, I remember I remember the first fucking shit me and Paul ever got into was the fucking Super Bowl shit.
Dude, I don't even know if we can count that as shit that we got into. Because I wasn't mad. I was confused.
Oh, no. See that now you can't rewrite the thing. Maybe you weren't mad at me, but you were fucking you were pretty salty. You were like, no, man, that was like, and I was even explaining the rules to you, but you didn't, like, it was clear that Paul didn't watch much football. I was like, no, they can overturn it remotely. And he's like, no, they can't.
This is going to be relived at this point.
No, it is what it is. Like, I honestly, it never elevated. I don't
think you're as bad as me. No, I don't think
your rage, the anger level. Like, yeah, we were having. For me, I grew up watching football with my salty ass cousins and shit, and arguing about whether or not a call was going to go one way or the other. Like, that was never a thing. So I was just doing that. You were just like, yep, nope, it's going to be overturned, and I'm like, nope, I think he's down or whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever the fucking thing was.
And then, like, from my perspective, we were doing that back and forth, and it felt like a totally normal football game shit. And then all of a sudden, you stood up and kicked a chair over, or, like, pushed a chair out of the way. And we're like, you know what? Get the fuck out of my house, that bitch! And I thought you were joking. Like, I thought you were joking with me because you were standing over by the dip and shit. And I was like, are you serious? And you were like, oh, yeah, you want to see how fucking serious I am, motherfucker? And I was like, whoa, okay, all right. And I just got up, and Ashley got up, and we left. And I went back to my hotel room.
Oh, dude, I remember TJ was so fucking bad. I was like, you need to leave and shit. Then at first I was like, man, maybe you're right. I did overreact to that because I am prone to fucking these large overreactions. But then I was like, I'm not leaving my house and missing like the Super Bowl, wherever the fuck it is. And I was like, TJ, look, I know Paul's your friend and everything, but no, I'm not fucking leaving my house. Like, you can go fucking hang out with Paul in the hotel if you want. But TJ was pretty pissed at me too. I mean, I'm not defending that I was right in that, but it wasn't just like you were like, no, that's a miscall. But like, no, I don't think your level. I don't think you were pissed about it. I think you were just arguing the point, and I fucking way overreacted.
I mean, it was a totally at that point subjective point. They were reviewing a play, and I thought it was going to go one way, and you thought it was going to go another way. And
but it wasn't. But I mean, Paul, you do tend to argue things up a lot too. So
well,
I mean,
yeah, but that was that for me. That's part of the fun. But
see,
I've learned to avoid activities like that with you and TJ to a certain extent too.
Well, Paul, you get triggered too. So I mean, I don't think it's fair to say like it was 100% me. I mean, maybe that's how you want to feel about it, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree. You were just innocent little halo over your head, Paul.
As an objective third party, I could say that it was 100% Scotty's fucking fault. It was like, yeah, I don't agree with that. That's fucking. This guy's like, fucking let it, bitch.
No, I mean, well, that's your guys' perception of it. I mean, I can't say that's wrong.
Your guys' perception. That's what fucking happened. Okay, that's what happened. I was there. I saw it.
Well, I mean, that's your opinion.
Do you know what? It's not like it's just that though. Like when you're watching,
are you saying
watching
Paul,
football?
Well, let me ask you this. So you're saying that Paul?
Let's take Paul out of the equation here for a second.
Let's take him out of it.
Let's remove Paul from the equation. You watching football is the most irrational fucking animal-brained fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. You regress to like basically caveman level of like all calls in saints favor good, all calls against saints bad. You know what I mean? Like,
you got me there. You definitely have me there. I can't fucking.
I mean, like it's not like I feel like sports is where you like because you're like always like a super. Like, even though you are, like, an emotional person to some extent, I think, for the most part, you're a fucking very rational person. But when it comes to fucking sports, like, that rational part of your brain is just like, well, I'm going to go back here on vacation now. And it's like, animal Scotty is here. You know?
Here's the thing. To go back to that point, I mean, I don't, like, I understand that, but I think it was just a miscommunication. Like, not understanding that. Because like I thought Paul was being serious when he was arguing with me as well. Like I thought he was like, "No, you're wrong about that." You know.
Well, I was. See, that's the thing. I've watched a billion fucking Super Bowls. My mom throws a Super Bowl party every year, despite who's playing. And yeah. I've actually watched games where people were fans of teams that they were going against the Raiders and shit.
Sure.
I've watched a lot of football. My family watched a lot of Raiders shit growing up, and I've had these types of arguments with people at football games where it's like they believe a call should have went one way and I believe a call should have went another way. I've never gotten to the point where I was told to kicked out of anybody's house. I've never gotten in a fight. I've never been threatened with violence over a fucking disagreement over a football call, except for one time in my life. And it was the time I got invited to chill at the Super Bowl at you guys' place. That's all I know.
No,
now that made me
what I did, but I'm just saying I don't think it's entirely like I view very few situations as it's just like, look, when I say most of the blame, when I say 90% of the blame, or even like 95% of the blame is on me, sure.
Right. I think this is I don't even fucking necessarily blame either of you for that particular incident. What I think it is like there's two different cultures here, because Scotty was raised in a culture of like the Saints are God, and all that they do at all times is correct, and any call against them is fallacious.
The Saints weren't even playing.
You know,
it wasn't even a Saints game.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a Saints game. It was like
I don't remember.
Neither of us, I think, gave a fuck about either of the teams that were playing.
Okay, well then, Scotty's just an asshole. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, no, and the whole thing saying this is not some big defense of having an outburst at Paul, and it was obviously wrong. I'm just saying that to me, you know, I misconstrued Paul's argument, like, because like I think it's more of the culture of like I thought that Paul was like really stepping up to me and be like, "No, you're wrong, bitch," and like it was more of like a personal thing, which that wasn't really correct. What he was doing was actually just arguing about the game. He didn't give a fuck. It wasn't a personal fucking thing. and I took it personally. That's where I went wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I've never it's just been a one-time experience for me. So
Yeah,
I don't know what I did differently.
Paul ain't coming to no football parties.
And dude, I party around some fucking hotheads and shit too. I mean, you guys have met my cousins, big old burly loudmouth fucks, but no.
Yeah, they're your cousins though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very unlikely they're going to kick your ass over a football disagreement.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I was seriously wanting to kick your ass either. I think it was just being pissed at you and like just, you know, coming out in a childish manner because, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm someone that's definitely prone to outbursts and usually, but you know, I usually contain it better. But that was just one thing with football where I just fucking lost my shit and just got so fucking mad. But that's kind of a thing like that you do when you're kind of prone to that outburst kind of thing. It's like the explosive personality disorder or whatever. It's something like that I have. That's like, it's basically my rational brain shuts down and it just becomes about being pissed off at whoever it is, you know, whether they deserve it or not. I'm not still and say that. I don't think Paul deserves it.
I remember a time you and I were like at a fucking Mexican restaurant or something. And I was like, just like talking about something. And I was like, I was getting pissed, not even at you, but I was like pissed about some subject. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit, da 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 da. And like something in your brain like snapped where it was like, he's angry and he's looking at me. You want to go, bitch? So he fucking started doing this.
Yeah,
like, whoa, I'm not even talking about you
that's
or
what I'm saying
right now. I'm just like venting about something else. So
that's what I'm saying. Like that happens to me. Like I think that, and that's what happened with Paul. Like because I didn't really know Paul that well at the time. So like my interpretation of the events was like at first it was like we're arguing. Then it was all like Paul is directly challenging me and saying I'm a pussy and all this other shit when he wasn't anywhere near doing that. You know, like so basically like my caveman brain just took over and was like, Paul, what hurt? Hurt Paul. So that's something you got to be cognizant of if you have that explosive fucking personality bullshit where you fucking just fly off the handle.
I mean, it is what it is, dude. It's water under the bridge.
Paul's like, I don't know. I don't fucking want to.
It's no, like honestly, like I don't know what the value is of dragging up all our old beefs with one another and
just like laugh about it. I mean, because it's not like I'm still mad at you for that. Or
no, I know.
Or I blame you for any of that. I mean, Paul, like I've always felt horrible about it. If we want to be honest, like,
well, I mean, you apologized to me the day afterward, or the day after that, or some shit, and it was cool, and we shook hands, and like since then, I've been fine with it.
I think I've only got really pissed at Paul. Like, I mean, that was like legitimately like that, like one other time. Like it was like when you were talking about something, I was all like, you know what, Paul, fuck you, and I was like hung up the phone on Paul, and I had to go fucking apologize. No, with TJ, I'll never apologize to TJ for shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you guys have that. You guys do that shit to each other. I've seen TJ do that shit to you too.
What? I ain't never.
Dude, I remember one time we were living at the fucking Tinderbox still, the house that shall not be named. And I think Scotty had moved. It was right towards the end or something. And Scotty called you, and we were sitting on the back porch chilling. And Scotty called you, and a heated conversation ensued, which ended presumably, from what I could tell, because I was only in earshot of one part of it, but it was real quick, with you going, "Fuck you, motherfucker," or some shit like that, and just hanging up the phone.
Oh, dude, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the specific things, but I literally had to have Taylor like physically restrain me because I was gonna go in the car and just fucking. I was like, I'm gonna drive over there. I'm gonna beat TJ's ass right now. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what the fuck he's gonna say. I don't care. Like, and she's like, "You're not driving over there." I'm like, "I'm driving over there right now. Give me my fucking keys." Like, I'm not giving you the keys. Like, I'm driving over there now. Give me my fucking keys.
Dude, you remember when that? I don't remember that particular incident, but do you remember the time that Paul saw where you did like the kick and like you did like the karate kick?
Yeah, because you wouldn't fucking like. Well, you know, I was mad. Well, yeah,
I don't remember what. But I don't even care. Like we've already talked about the thing that fucking always amused me about that one is after we had that fight where you tried to stab me with a pencil and like you did the karate kick and I did whatever I did. We fucking both go to lunch at like the same place, so we're just kind of like
Dina's
awkwardly like sitting at different tables, like looking at each other, like, "Hey, Scotty, how you doing, buddy?" Like,
I'll also kind of very briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just didn't want to fucking leave the apartment or where we were staying at the Airbnb, and it was like 3:00, and I'm like, TJ, come on, like, because Mom was waiting, and I was like, you're like, "You're not gonna tell me where we're gonna go," and then we had the big old fucking fight and all that shit. We don't need to rehash that. Basically, like our mom had to stand between us. I still remember the time you're like, "Get off my stage, bitch!"
Yeah, dude, he threw the Manson at you.
Yeah, he did that fucking I was John 5 and he was Manson.
But yeah, there were several times.
A random audience member. The context of that was Marilyn Manson was performing a show. A dude threw a bottle at him that hit him, and it pissed Manson off. So Manson stopped the whole show. He's like, "Who fucking threw a bottle at me?"
Drunk
And
ass.
then he fucking invited the dude up on stage. Like, "You want to throw bottles, bitch? Give him a bottle." And then they stand at like, you know, like different, like several paces apart. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead, throw your fucking bottle." And the dude throws like this like little pussy underhand shit. And then Manson fucking just belts him right in the fucking face all the way across the stage with the bottle. Because apparently Manson has a really good fucking aim.
He does.
Boom, just fucking nails the guy all the way across this big stage, just right in the face, hard as fuck. And there's like, "Oh!" And Manson's like, "Now get off my stage, you pussy!" And the audience fucking goes wild and shit. And I'm like, I tried to relive a little bit of that glory, you know?
I think I mean, despite, you know, being pissed at you, I think it was a pretty good thing to say.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was just bewildered, dude. You know how I am when I first wake up, and I woke up to that. And at first, I thought it was just you guys being normal, TJ and Scotty having a conversation and joking around loud.
Yeah.
And I just like sat down at the kitchen table and rolled a joint or something.
Let's take a look at this, actually.
Come up on stage. Who's the tough guy? Pick yourself out. Who is it? Come on. You want to throw a bottle? Come here. Come up here and throw a bottle. I'll give you the bottle. You go throw it right in my face.
It's Skinny Manson too.
Yeah, this
looks like his Ozfest set.
The showdown. Come on. Good job. Get in the bottle.
Look at this fucking oaf on stage with him.
Bottle. On three. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, right in the face, dude.
I said you pussy.
I love that, man.
Dude, I love how you masculated the dude wearing that too.
Yeah. With his fucking ass showing.
His ass hanging out. Get the fuck off my stage, you pussy.
Good old Marilyn Manson. Good old Marilyn, goddamn old Manson, boy.
Have you and Paul ever had a conflict? I don't think you guys really have you?
I've had instances where Paul yelled at me.
Really? I can't believe it. Because you know, you
I
guys
don't remember ever yelling at you. I remember coming to you to talk. I remember coming to talk to you about things and yelling about things to you.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember getting to the point where I was fucking screaming.
No, I think every time me and Paul have actually fought in like sort of like back and forth kind of way has been on the show. It was the 2 times I remember is the Louis C.K. stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the recent stuff with the, you know, the voting shit.
That's not even a fight, though.
Yeah,
like in my
Really,
world,
like
that isn't even a fight.
Heated debate, I guess. I don't know.
It's just I mean, like a fight. We're talking about like a yelling, screaming, interpersonal conflict.
Yeah,
fight.
I don't know. We haven't had that.
Yeah,
we just don't do that.
We don't do that. Me and Paul's personalities don't seem to have that sort of back and forth.
No.
Well, I have like my personality is to try, unless I'm performing. Like if I'm on a show and I'm gonna be yelling and screaming about a fucking point, yeah, I'll probably go a little farther than I will in my life. But in my life, I'm pretty avoidant of shit like that.
Whoa!
Like when shit gets elevated to that level, I'm just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go away until shit calms down from this, so that actual talk can.
Oh, dude.
That's Scotty's philosophy too.
No, fuck, dude. I'm totally confrontational. I totally want to have the conflict with the person right then and there.
I mean, I rarely will, be confrontational and shit, but I'm typically a very, like, I try and, like, mediate it, and if I find that, like, there's no way to stop it from happening, then I'm way more apt to just leave.
Yeah.
Probably the smarter philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think Scotty, you've kind of adapted more to that as you've gotten older and realized that, the temper can be a detriment. Anyway, that concludes our grease trap. I guess if you're an angry person out there, maybe this discussion helped you in some way, or maybe at least gave you something to relate to. I don't know.
Maybe.
Gonna wrap this one up. Boom.
Peace.